Hi, this is Brad Smith from BeerSmith.com, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick overview of just a few of the features new in BeerSmith 2. Before we get started, I want to mention that BeerSmith 2 is available on the Macintosh platform for the first time, and everything I'm going to show you here also works the same way on the Mac version. Also, BeerSmith 2 will read and write BeerSmith 1.4 files, so it's easy to upgrade from the old version to the new version. The opening list of recipes here should be familiar to many of you who have tried BeerSmith before. You can open any recipe just by double-clicking on it. What's new in BeerSmith 2 is support for tabbed browsing. You can see that the new recipe opens in a separate tab, and I can switch back and forth between different views by clicking on the tab. This lets you work with multiple recipes and tools at the same time. In fact, you can even open tools or recipes in multiple windows by shift-clicking on them. For example, I can open one of these tools by just shift-clicking on it, and it'll come up in a separate window. The Recipe Design tab that you see here shows quite a bit about the recipe that you're building. You get a graphical picture of the beer's color, a list of ingredients. Then it's easy to add new ingredients just by clicking on any of the add buttons here, for example, adding a hops. You can see that BeerSmith is preloaded with hundreds of ingredients. Down in the bottom section here, we actually have a style guide comparison where you can compare the actual beer that you're building against the BJCP style guides and find out exactly how you're doing with regards to estimate original gravity, bitterness, color, and alcohol by volume. You can also use new mash profiles, carbonation profiles, and fermentation profiles to make it very easy to adjust how your recipe is done right here from the Design tab. A set of custom fields are down here in the bottom right that allow you to literally pick from hundreds of different parameters regarding your recipe and look at those while you're designing it. Along the top here, we've got a number of new tabs available, including a Yeast Starter tab, which will help you customize and design a yeast starter to fit your particular recipe. There's mash details if you want to work with your mash profile and adjust how your mash is done. There's new fermentation profiles that let you control aging of your particular recipe and how you ferment it. It's water volume, so you can track all the water volumes you use, and there's also an extended notes page. This makes designing and keeping track of your recipes even easier than ever. Along the top, we have buttons to scale recipes to different sizes. You can convert recipes, for example, convert from all grain to extract or back. You can adjust the gravity, the bitterness, the color. You can add a recipe to the shopping cart, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. There's inventory features to track your inventory. And then up here at the very top, there's a button that I like to use a lot that literally print out step-by-step instructions for this particular recipe. So I can print those out and take those with me out to the garage and brew this beer, and it literally shows me step-by-step how to brew this particular beer that I just designed. I close that up. BeerSmith also has an integrated shopping list. So if I go over here and look at the shopping list, I can add all the ingredients for a given recipe in a single button click, add them right to the shopping list, and then once I'm done buying the items, I can click them again over into my inventory. There's a separate inventory view that keeps track of all of my inventory items. And then from there, as I use those when brewing, I can actually pull them out of inventory and put them right into the recipe. So it makes it very easy to manage your recipe inventory as well. BeerSmith 2 also has over 20 standalone tools for doing various calculations related to brewing. These are all separate from the recipe system, but you can do a quick calculation anytime you want using one of these tools, as well as unit tools to convert between different unit systems. In addition, you can even do unit conversions within a field. So in any field, you could type in 10 kilograms and automatically convert it to pounds, for example, if that's what you happen to be using. BeerSmith, of course, has full support for a variety of options, including various unit systems. You can very easily set all your units to metric, and all your recipes will show up in metric, or you can set them to English. There's a variety of adjustments here you can make. You can even adjust the look and feel of how things go if you want. And finally, I wanted to show you the new add-on feature that makes it really easy to work with new ingredients as well as recipe packs. You can just click on the Add button here, and adding a new recipe pack, for example, Chris loves Brew Monkey recipes, is as easy as clicking on that and then clicking the Install button. And now you can see it's installed. There's 10 new recipes have been added. And in fact, if I close all this and go back to my recipe listing, you can see that the new recipes have been downloaded into a separate folder and I can work with them there. And the same's true for ingredients as well. Now, I've really only just scratched the surface regarding the dozens of new features in BeerSmith 2, but you can give it a try yourself by downloading the free 21-day trial from BeerSmith.com or by watching the additional videos available on the BeerSmith.com website. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great brewing week.